Welcome to the Business Success Strategies with Adrienne McLean. This is a 30-minute interview with successful business people who have been able to achieve amazing results with growing a business. Business Success Strategies is proudly sponsored by the Speakers Practice and AdrienneMcLean.com, helping business owners with marketing and promotions with a specialty with public speaking. Enjoy today's Business Success Strategies interview.
Welcome to the Business Success Strategies. Hi, I'm Adrienne McLean. We're thrilled to have Christy Demetrakis join us today, a professional with diverse sales and management experience in top Fortune 500 companies in the US with CPG and Beverage Industries. Professional background includes top customer selling, people management, project management, and category management. The president and founder of the Empowered Speaker, a public speaking and presentation skills company, the Empowered Speaker is dedicated to helping you become a more confident and dynamic public speaker via workshops and one-on-one coaching options. Christy is a SpeakersTrainingCamp Instructor. Today, our topic is the art of conquering fears. Welcome, Christy.
Thank you very much, Adrienne. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you with us. So, Christy, what got you started in this whole area of public speaking?
You know, my degree, I graduated from UNC Chapel Hill many years ago, and my degree was in speech communications and radio television. So my goal at that time was to be on somebody's news station, anchoring the evening news. But I did an internship and realized they didn't make a whole lot of money. So I decided that was probably not going to be a career for me. And the next year, I had an internship in sales. But the whole time I was in college, I used to train people. I used to work with other fellow, college students, and I would help them with their presentations and their drama presentations. So it was all just very natural to me. But at that time, Adrienne, because we're close in age, I'm assuming, at that time the internet was not nearly as prevalent. So you didn't see people like Les Brown and Tony Robbins doing all these things. So I never knew that was something I could make a living at. So I went into sales. And so really that's kind of how I started the love bug of coaching people in presentation skills, just by doing it, because I enjoyed doing it and I was good at it. Yeah. And then years later, after 13 years later, is when I actually started my business, the Empowered Speaker that you mentioned earlier, to actually truly train people to do that officially.
Oh. Well, I saw your TED Talk recently, and it was an amazing presentation.
Oh my gosh, you know what? That was so stressful. I was about to say it was so much fun, but it wasn't fun until after it was over. That is quite the process. Preparing for a TED Talk is the most difficult training I've ever had. And because you rewrite this, you write your own script and you go, 4 or 5 times in front of the committee.
Yes.
And you keep doing the presentation and they go, nope, too much of that. Take this out, consider this. All the things I do to other people, they did to me. I said, oh my God, this is awful. And then, of course, the night of, you're scared to death. Yeah. I mean, all the things that we train people on, you and I do very similar work. But it was so stressful, but I love the way it turned out. It was fantastic, but it was a lot of work. A lot of work.
Oh, fantastic. Wow. So, Christy, our topic today is the art of conquering fears. What brought you into this particular area of public speaking and presentation skills?
Yeah, so this is I'm glad you asked that question, because this is an interesting diversion, for lack of a better word. When I started the Empowered Speaker in 2007, I did create it to be a public speaking presentation skills training company. And so that's what I was doing. I had contracts with companies, and I was teaching their employees, better presentation skills. And then in 2010, I published my first book, Faith to Conquer Fear, Inspiration to Achieve Your Dreams. And when I wrote that book, I really wrote it so that I have some product to sell in the back of the room after I had speaking engagements. Every great speaker has backroom product to sell, right? So that was my intent when I went to write the book, was to create something that I can sell in the back room. But the book ended up being nothing about public speaking. It is absolutely, that first book is truly inspiration. And it is all about inspiring people to do what it is that God has called them to do. Whether that is going back to school, whether that is starting a ministry, whether that's starting a business, whether it's buying your first home, whatever that dream is, that book is designed to inspire you to do that, because it's a compilation of quotes and anecdotes and biblical references and stories, again, really just to inspire. And so that's when I really realized what my purpose was, and that purpose being to help inspire people to do what it is they're called to do. But what I also realized in the writing of the book is that I had a lot of my own personal fears that I had never addressed. And so I always tell people that was a very expensive therapy lesson, therapy session. I wish I had just known without spending all that money to self-publish this book that I had some issues. But it kind of brought it to the forefront, and it just sparked from there.
Yeah. So, yes, well, working on the conquering fears, I suppose you have to sort of start to identify some of your own.
Yeah, that's the ugly part.
And public speaking and working on your presentation skills, I tell my clients and students that it is the best personal development journey you'll ever go on, because it is the whole body experience from writing your script and you're having the story that you're displaying, and then actually performing it, and it all goes into the end result. So yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So, Christy, well, let's get started on on the questions. We can be crippled by fear. Is there hope of ways to address these fears?
There is always hope. Let's start with that. Yes, there is hope. But it does take a little work. So here's what I want to do. I wanted to share with you the art of conquering fear from my second book. Okay, so my second book is Faith to Conquer Fear: The Journey, and that just came out in May of this year. And what I describe in that book as the way to conquer fears is the art of conquering fear, which is what we're talking about today, and that's an acronym. And the A is for acknowledging that you have fear. Because many times we go through life and we're kind of paralyzed. We don't choose to do that, or we keep talking about starting that business, and 10 years later we're still talking about starting that business, or we were going to go back to school, and 12 years later we still haven't even looked at the registration to see whether we want to go back to school. And there's an underlying reason why we don't do those things. And we just think, gosh, the years are just flying by. We said that earlier, right? The years are just flying by. And before you know it, 5 years have passed and you still haven't done anything. Yeah. But there's a reason, if you really take a step back, as to why you haven't done it or why you procrastinated. And so the first thing we have to do to get past the fears that we have is to acknowledge that we even have fear. Because many people will say, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm good. I met one person who said, I read the first 2 chapters of your book and I realized I don't have any fears. And I said, well, you are very unique. I've never met a person like you. But that's wonderful. I don't believe you, but that's wonderful. but in order to acknowledge that you have fear, I have a series of statements in my book, and I'm just going to read just a couple, or just a few, and if you can relate to these statements, it is a clear indication that you have some level of fear, or you have some fears. So here's just a couple of them. I procrastinate completing the tasks that will make the most difference. So that's one.
Oh.
I resist ideas and suggestions is another. Let's see. I blame circumstances, lack of knowledge, other people, etc. for my lack of progress. So I'm not holding myself accountable. I'm blaming other people. You know, my kids are too young. They need me to do this. My husband's not supportive. All of those are blame, right?
Yeah.
Another one. I am easily distracted, and it takes great effort to return to or complete my tasks. Now that's just a couple of she's breathing.
Ticking them off.
So we go through those statements, and just have you say, hey, if you can relate, put a little check mark. And the rule of thumb is if you checked 4 or 5, you probably have some fears that you've not acknowledged at that point. So then the next step is really to start to think about, okay, what are my fears? There's a reason that I procrastinate. There's a reason that I put off the big tasks and just keep answering emails versus I said I want to create an online course, but I won't start it. I'm just going to answer these other 5 emails. Because why? Well, it's because you don't think you have the skill set to actually create this course. Are you afraid that once you create it, nobody's going to buy it? Are you afraid? Like all these things are triggers behind why we don't do what it is that we say we want to do. So usually after that exercise, most people can tell you a couple. Like, I have this fear of change. Oh, I have this fear of success or whatever, okay? So once you acknowledge you have fear, that's the first step. Just like in Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever that is, the first thing is to admit that you have a problem. Right? I have a problem. So then the second thing is the R, and that is understanding the root cause of those fears. And so when I say understanding the root cause, it's literally, 3 questions. What's the history of that fear? Where does that come from? Because there are a lot of fears that we have and that we own that are not based on our own personal experiences. Yeah. They're based on something your mother told you for years, or you saw that your sister was afraid of snakes, so now you're afraid of snakes because everybody you see is afraid of snakes, so it seems like a good idea to be, and I am afraid of snakes, so it is a good idea. But some of those things you take on yourself based with no personal experience of your own that would validate the reason to have that fear. Yeah. And so when I say understanding the history of that fear, you have to get to that place so you know why you are afraid. Yeah. Is it because of a true personal experience, or is it just this false sense of fear founded in nothing? Okay? So that's one. The other thing is what triggers that fear. So if all of a sudden you have, if you really know that you have a fear of rejection, for me, I'll use myself as an example in this one. When I wrote my first book, I also had this vision of hosting a workshop or a conference that would accompany the book. Okay, so it was a one-day conference. And I never, for 2 years, I ignored that. And I kept saying, do it. And I was like, no. And it didn't make sense as to why I wouldn't do it because I had been working in corporate America for many years up to that point. I've been in sales. I knew marketing. I knew product supply. I knew all the things that it would take to actually create this conference. So there was no logical reason as to why I didn't do it. And I ended up talking to another lady from Australia that I met on LinkedIn. And she and I were just talking, just getting to know each other. And we were telling each other about our visions and our dreams. And I was telling her about this conference that I had in my head. And she said, well, that sounds like a great idea. What's stopping you? What's holding you back? And I said, that is an excellent question. And so I didn't have an answer for her. I said, I don't know why. I don't know why. And so she said, okay, well, if you were going to do it, what would the day look like? And we sat right there on Skype, and I mapped out the whole day because I already knew what it would look like. Mapped out the whole day. And she says, well, great. I happen to be coming to the U.S. in April, and I'll be one of your speakers. Let's do it. And I went, okay. Sure. Yeah. And we set the date. We set the date right there on that call. And so 4 months, that call was in December. In April, we did this event. But all the time that I was planning this, I was still scared to death. And I could not understand, I truly could not understand why I was so worried, because I had the skills to do it.
Yeah.
And so I prayed about it. I'm a woman of faith, so I prayed about it. And in February, I'm literally driving down the highway, and God brought this memory back to me of my 16th birthday party. And my brother-in-law's sister and I, we were just a few days apart. We both were turning 16, and we decided to host our party together. All of her friends came, but only one of my friends came. And from that one experience, I realized that I had a fear of rejection. And so in my mind, anything that was important to me was not going to be important enough for other people to come to. And so I was really thinking, I'm not putting myself out there creating this whole event and marketing it and do all these things, and then nobody show up.
Yeah.
Why did nobody show up, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about what triggers your fear and the next piece and how does that fear affect you, for me, the effect was I just wasn't moving forward with doing the events.
Yes.
Because I didn't think people were going to come. And then how does that, what was triggered by that is the idea of doing something that was going to require me inviting people and depending on them to show up.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a very good example. And
it's real, unfortunately.
and tell us, Christy, before we go to the next question, how did the event turn out?
It was fantastic. It was phenomenal. And I did it for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but every year I was afraid again. But I did it.
You did it.
But I did it.
Yeah.
That's the key. I did it. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Wow. Okay, so what are the steps we need to follow to conquering our fears?
That's perfect segue, because that gets us to the T. Okay, so we talked about acknowledging your fear. We talked about understanding the root cause of your fears. The T is taking action.
Yes.
So in order to take action, you have to know what you're taking action against, right? Yeah. And what people have to understand, and I've learned this personally, is fear, yes, we talk about conquering fear, but just because it goes away doesn't mean it doesn't come back. Which I just to share with you. I mean, I did that conference for 3 years, and every year I had that same trepidation. What if nobody shows up? I did not think the other people were going to be. I didn't think anything bad was going to happen other than people not showing up.
Yes.
So the first way to conquer fear is to actually do it. Like, take action to do it. Put yourself out there. So there's I'm just going to talk about a couple. I talk about these in my book as well. So the first one is consider direct confrontation, which is exactly what I just described. If you are afraid of rejection, hosting an event that requires you to depend on other people to attend is a very scary way, but it is a way of conquering that fear, because once I did that first time, Adrienne, once I knew I could do it, I was like, oh, yes, I was scared the next time, but it wasn't the same level of fear that I had. Yeah. And the key is the fear didn't control me. That's where people mess up, right? Is letting the fear stop you. The lady from Australia who came and helped me in that very first conference, she said, do it afraid. And a lot of people say that, but do it afraid. So that doesn't mean you have no fear, therefore I go forth, right? It means even though you have fear about it, you're still moving forward. And direct confrontation is just that. You know what? I'm afraid of heights, so today is a good day to go up to the Empire State Building. Doing it. I mean, sometimes it's just direct. It's just that direct. Another one is, this is one that's very important. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage you. And everybody does not have that, and that doesn't seem like a tactic or an action, but it really is. Because our worst enemy is our own mind. People can tell you a lot of things, They can tell you you're beautiful. They can tell you you're stupid. But if you don't believe you're beautiful and you know you're not stupid, it's not going to matter. Right? Because the first thing you hear is in your own head. So you not only do you have to contend with what you have up here, but you sure don't want to also contend with people around you who are verbally telling you negative things that are going to keep you down and keep you suppressed. So that's the second one I would say. First one, and there's several again in the book, but direct confrontation, just kind of meet it head on, because most things are not nearly as bad as we have imagined that they will be and that we've built them up to be in our minds. And then the other one is, again, surround yourself with people. And, and unfortunately, in some cases, it might not be your spouse. In my case, I have the most supportive husband ever. He should probably not support most of the things I come to him with. I'm like, honey, that was really a bad idea. You didn't, yeah. But he supported me wholeheartedly. But everybody doesn't have that. So you got to seek out those people who will help encourage you and help push you. Help push you, not support your dysfunction, but push you to do better.
And you raise a really great point here. Mindset is so important. Mindset.
It all starts with the mind. That's literally one chapter in my book. It all starts with the mind. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. It does.
So. What do we do if we're struggling on and don't really address those fears that we have that are holding us back?
Well, at the end of the day, misery is as misery does, right? I mean, if you know that you have fears and it is keeping you from doing something that is your heart's desires, yet you don't move forward, that's a choice. That's a choice. Yeah. And so the result is you're going to stay in the same place you are right now. Yeah. So if you're already unhappy because, man, I'm so tired, I can see myself, doing this, I can see myself. Well, if you can see yourself, then you have to take action to get to that place. But continuing to talk about it is not helping you to get to that place. Now there is speak things as though they are until they come. There's action behind that as well. Yeah. Okay, so there's action behind that as well. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to continue to stay where you are, that's the consequence. Yeah. Of not conquering those fears. It really is, and one of the things, there's this quote that says what is the quote? It talks about the graveyard being where are the most dreams, or where's the one place on earth that has the most dreams and ideas, and it's the graveyard. Because there's so many people who take their wonderful ideas to the grave because they've been afraid to act on them. And I'm of the mindset that I really just want to die empty. I want to die empty. I want to have given every idea that God has given me. I want to be able to explore it and put it out there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it is at our gym. There's a quote that's there that says that success is little baby steps done again and again. Every day you just do little steps forward.
I love that. I love that. I agree with that.
You don't have to be doing big, huge steps at a time to address your fears. Do you? You just have to.
No, you don't. Absolutely. And that's another one of the steps, actually, which is celebrating the momentum. Celebrating the baby steps, which I'm a terrible poster child for not celebrating the baby steps, because I have this big vision, like, yes, having conference. That is what I'm doing, having this conference. And I don't celebrate the fact, we had, 20 people signed up. Yay. Oh, the caterer showed up on time. Yay. Oh, all of those things are baby steps. Yeah. That you should be celebrating. Oh, my keynote speaker showed up. This is wonderful. I tend to just see the end And I bypass everything along the way because I'm like, yeah, that has to happen anyway.
Yeah.
But that's a terrible way to be. Because then if you get to the end and something doesn't go right, now you feel like everything is a failure and you miss all the lessons along the way.
So what are your recommendations to conquering our fears?
I think it's a lot of those steps, right? I mean, it's acknowledging that you have fear, it's understanding where those fears come from, so that you can address it, and it's starting to take action. Right. Conquering fear is an action. Conquer is an action verb. We have to do it. Yeah. We have to do it, or it will control us. Yeah. It will absolutely control us.
Our next question is one I ask all our guests, and it is, what is a strategy that has really helped you grow your business?
I'm probably going to give not the pat answer, but for me, it was clarity of purpose. Yes. Clarity of purpose. Yes. Because for so long, and I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs get caught up in the rat race of just, I got to hustle, I got to hustle, I got to do. And I got so caught up in that I really wasn't focusing on the things that I've just since discovered is why I'm here. And so once I got clarity on that, which really only happened about 2.5, 3 years ago. So once I got clarity on that, it was amazing because my stress level decreased. The work I was doing didn't feel like work anymore. It felt like something I was supposed to be doing and I enjoyed doing. So, what's the word they say? You never work a day in your life if you're doing what you love.
Yes.
And I'm at that place. My tagline on every email, every blog is doing what I love. Doing what I love. Now, I have a full-time job. I work for Procter & Gamble, so I still work a full-time job. And I enjoy that. I enjoy that. But I love what I do with my Faith to Conquer Fear message. I love what's in my book. So getting clarity on what my purpose was, and that is helping people to achieve their dreams by conquering their fears. That's my purpose. And that shows up in a number of ways. And what I found is as long as I am doing things that support that, I'm doing the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's very powerful. Powerful message. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, Christy, would you like to tell us a bit about yourself? I know we've sort of heard through the interview about the art of conquering fear, but tell us a bit about your business and how people can communicate and get in touch with you. Yeah.
So I am again Christy Demetrakis. They can reach me at empoweredspeaker.com. And both of my books, Faith to Conquer Fear, Inspiration to Achieve Your Dreams, and Faith to Conquer Fear, The Journey, which is my newest, are both available on Amazon and Kindle. So they can, and if they like a signed copy, they can go to my website. I'm happy to do that. I always love to do that because I always put a special message in there. But beyond that, I just love my life. I'm married to my husband, James. We just celebrated 23 years of marriage. We have 2 children. We're empty nesters. This is our first year being empty nesters. So we have 2 kids in college now, a daughter who's a sophomore and a son who's a freshman. They're both at the same college, which I love. Makes it very easy, and they're only an hour and a half away. And then I have my favorite girl, Sophie, is our dog.
Yeah.
So she's the only baby in the house now.
But the center of the household.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The center of the household.
Yes, the world revolves around Sophie. Yeah. The whole world revolves around Sophie. And she would have it no other way.
Oh no, they lap it up.
That's my baby. But yeah, so, again, I'm very accessible. I'm everywhere. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Yeah. So they can reach me there. And I would love to hear from folks. And they can go on my website and sign up for my blog. Yeah. And you can see it. It's very simple.
Well, Christy, thank you so much for your time and the opportunity to have this interview. The information that you've detailed here today is so valuable, and I think we all need to sort of sit and think about what you were detailing here today and your advice, and get your book, because that would really help with moving forward. And I have to say, I'm a bit guilty of procrastination from one every so often. So I have to go and have a look at your checklist and start working on that. So thank you so much, and
you're very welcome.
It's been wonderful to hear your advice.
This is a 30-minute interview with successful business people who have been able to achieve amazing results with growing a business. Business Success Strategies is proudly sponsored by the Speakers Practice and AdrienneMcLean.com, helping business owners with marketing and promotions with a specialty with public speaking.